The problem in my world with that is you kick these horses out for 6 months for the winter or whatever. And they're horses. They're not companion animals. They're not backyard pets. They're horses. They live like horses. And you bring them in, and especially, say, green grass, they're feeling pretty sassy. Well, you know, one of the things they do as horses, they run and play with each other. So now you bring them in, and, you know, let's just say this isn't always, but let's just say they want to run and play. Or you bring them into a new corral, or corral they haven't been in for a while, and they're kind of looking around and, you know, for new things, and they're not paying attention to you. And it's just real easy for them to get to avoiding you and running around the herd and everything. So now here you are out here trying to connect with this horse with 20 other horses to hide behind. I'm not saying it has to be this way, but it is sometimes. So the point is I got to have something else working for me. I got to have, like if I can't catch them out in that big lot, which most of them can, but if I can't catch them out in that big lot, I'm not going to let them exercise bad habits by hiding. You've seen it. They bring them down in the by the round corral there, where you can kind of isolate them and have that one-on-one, block them a little bit, and they got to understand that when the connection fails, we have something else. Because if they don't go through that process of being trapped and, you know, saying, cut the bull, we need you, we need to get going. And they say, okay, you're after me? All right, been there, done that, I know the process. And they let you walk out and catch it. But it's like the horses there yesterday. We probably could have walked up there, but it was real easy in the environment that we was working in. You know, to get them by a hind leg for the saddling and safety and all that. But it's a good cop, bad cop deal. Put a little pressure on them, and then they look for the relief coming to you. Or at least stand there and let you walk up the shoulder. And I'm not against treats for that, if you have to. But most of the time, I see people using treats. It makes them feel good because the horse loves them. It's like, give me a break. Quit feeding the damn thing treats and see how much he loves you. You know, I mean, that's the test. But, okay, you got one that's hard to catch. You need to go out in the field and get him. Yeah, we go out there and shake the grain bucket. That way, you do what you got to do. But the other method that I'll use on these guys out in the lot, if it'll work in short order, is just get behind them and walk in their tracks. And as soon as they see you kind of annoying them, they'll stop and go, all right, been there, done that. But you just keep walking and walking and walking, and when they stop, you stop. So they learn to get away from the pressure by stopping, which is the same thing with the rope. The rope is putting pressure, whether you catch them by the foot, you can catch them by the belly, you can catch them around the neck. But as soon as their feet stop, the pressure goes away. So, again, that you can give them a treat. You can make this connection. But at some point, I want my horses to where when they feel pressure, they go, okay, been there, done that. They've been through the process, and we got something else working. Because horses that haven't been through that process, when the connection doesn't work, then it's a big deal for them. And if they've, you know, at 10 years old and always been in the backyard and always come to hay, and well, let's say like maybe your horse, you know, he's always been in this environment, let's say, I don't know if he has or not, but you bring him out here and throw him in with all these other horses, and they're kind of kicking him around and get out of the way, you know, pulling him a little bit. You walk out there and catch him. If the connection doesn't work, you don't have anything else. And he goes to moving around, and pretty quick he's hiding behind the other horses. And there's just too many things to work against you. So now here he is, 10 years old or however old, and you got to go through this process because it never was part of the foundation that was learning in the first place. So again, if they're going to be in the backyard, going with horse, that's easy to do that. But like these horses we were yesterday, I would just assume put that in their toolbox right from the get-go. It teaches them to stand, so when you go to get on them, you pick their feet up, you try to brush them, anything you need to do. You can just kind of get a little intimidating to them. They go, been there, done that. Full stand. Standing to me is just as important as a left or right turn. When you go to pick that horse's foot up and he doesn't stand, you know, and I see people shoeing horses, and they got to have somebody hold them. It takes two people to shoe the dang horse. Well, in the time it takes to shoe that horse, I could put that horse through the process where he's going to stand. Now, for the rest of that horse's life, one person can shoe it. To me, that's way more efficient. All it is, just like I was doing there yesterday, it doesn't matter if the rope's on the head end, rope's on the, it's teaching them to stand. I mean, I don't like saddling a horse that doesn't stand still. Don't like getting on a horse that doesn't stand still. It's just, there's 5 things I try to do with these colts. We got to get them to move forward. Left turn and right turn is good. Stop and stand. Stop and back up, but stand. And you know, if somebody said, "All right, you only get 4." All right, I'll give up the right turn. I can't shoe that sucker. I don't want to saddle him at all. I don't want to be around him if he can't stand still on the ground. To me, that is one of the most important things. I can turn left all day long if I just need to make a 180-degree turn. So that's, and I mean, the point is, that's how much priority I put on getting a horse to understand to park.